Welcome back to Timberborn. My name is Nilaus, and we are going to wrap this series up in a proper manner. So how does that mean with proper manner? Well, we need to establish order. We built some cool designs. We have a pretty big build here, and as we continue to have our infinite golem production, we will be running into some performance issues. And one of the things that was mentioned in one of the comments from previous video was like, how can you make such a big exploding field and then not explode it? So, well, this is for you. Took a while to build, but we are going to do a lot of terraforming today. And that means leveling out this area here for no reason except it is taller than the rest. And likewise over here, we are also going to level this part here. So our objective is to take this derelict location and make it into fertile ground that will be building everything we want. So the first thing we need to do is, of course, if you want order, what is the best way to establish order in anything? It is, of course, with city blocks. Of course. How could I not have done that? We started looking at this 10 by 10, and the more I've been looking at it, the more I've come to the conclusion that it has to be an odd number, because then you can have something that's in the middle. If we look at water that's flowing, then water can leak 14 tiles in, less if it's going higher up. So what we need to do is, I'm deciding that 15 by 15 is going to be our city block build. So let's start by saying this corner here is going to be our city block corner. And from here on, we'll have to expand out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And that means this will be a city block. And in the depth-wise, that's also 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So it's actually right here. That is going to be the limit. And then we can start sort of removing everything else. So what is my intention about this? Well, if we want to establish some... Oh, that's actually good, isn't it? Yeah, that's actually good that it fits right there. Nice. Then we need to... Okay, so the purpose of this is that each city block, as is always the case with city blocks, beaver blocks maybe, they need to have one purpose and one purpose only. And that means we need to figure out how to split them out and what to have in each location. Now, since we already have some maple trees here, it makes sense for me to establish this as maybe a maple tree block and then go from there. We can also see that in the drought period, or in any period, we are not getting water in here. So that's going to be one of our first and main objectives to solve, is going to be figure out a way to get water in here. Now, yeah, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? We need to get the water in somehow, and we can just get it in, like for the now, we can build it in with a little water supply in the middle. But we definitely need to start leveling this area. So what we need to do is we need to level more explosives, more explosives, more explosives. They can't reach out here, so they need to probably have that one being a little up here. So we need to do a lot of exploding here, and also anything that is below this level will have to be raised. So that's what we're starting to do here. We have golems. They are working at a terraforming station. We need more in this area. We are pumping things up here, or digging it up at this location. But I think we need to get some more stuff in here. So what I need to do is need to build a lot of this. We also have the issue that we need to make a new district out here, because as you can see, yeah, sure, they can get out here. Once I explode that, then we need to lower that one. Right, so let's start establishing the first part of this city block. If we look at this part, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, okay. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, that's not good. Because that means this is the correct path to put it in. Ugh. Yeah, okay. Well, you know, everything has to sort of conform to the to the design here. Right, so let's clear this out and then continue working on this one. And then we also need to find a way to get the water in. But getting the water in right now when it's in the drought period is going to be a bit difficult. And so we have the first city block built. We're still in the drought period, but it's starting to take a bit of shape. We have a location here. I have put this little water pump here to get the water in here. It's not ideal, and we will need to do something better. But the first thing I think we want to do is I want to establish the district here. That means all of this has to go. And, well, since this is empty now, then let's get rid of it. We are going to, let's also get it to a proper speed. We need to build a district in this city block here, and that means all of this is now gone. I know they're expensive buildings, but hey, for the greater good. Oh, what the hell is that? How is that one not getting built? There's a thing here. Can you prioritize this? It's probably because there's something further down that's not prioritized, and they have to start from the bottom. Just click down. There we go, that's the problem. That one is not prioritized, and therefore the one on top can't be built. So get all the way to the top, and we get that one done. I think I kind of need to have this terraforming station get this done first. We can take out the rest, and then we can start designing around this one. And there we go. There. So that's the city block here. We want to make this, and I need to fill this block in here. Now, one of the things that I've been thinking about is, like, what if we have power? And I have power down here, and this is a global network. So what if we drag the power on top of each of these? That would mean that we'd always have, like, oops, not like this, like this. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. Like this power here, not you, my friend. And also, we would get that one up here. And then basically just drag this over, and then anytime there's an intersection, we put it in these intersections here, and then get all the way over to the end, and then an intersection here as well. That means they can walk below, and the power is transmitted above, and that can then sort of be transmitted to wherever we need power. Is this getting built? Yes, it is finally getting built. I mean, this is the one below, but it's getting built. So what do we want in this block? This block will take care of all of our building needs. So we are going to need to have some different things. The first thing we want to do is make sure that we get some stuff inbound. That means it's a distribution drop-off. So that's going to be as close as possible to the remainder part. Then we're going to have a distribution because, I mean, there will eventually be some export out of this. Currently not really, but there will be some export. Then I think it might make sense for us to make sure that there's a tower that's in the middle. That's in the middle. If you look at it, it goes a little bit out, so that covers this whole city block. We could do it in all city blocks. That's probably going to be a bit much, but at least in this one it's absolutely essential. Now, what else do we want in this location? Well, we need some storage for sure, so let's get a lot of wood storage because we're going to need a lot of wood for this part. So let's get a few of these on top of each other. That means we are going to get a belt. It's not a belt, it's a path inbound, and then we need to get that one and here. That's gonna be fine. And yeah, maybe I don't want you right. That's probably because this could be where we build the district there. All right, so that's done, and oops, now it's connected to the network. Good. Now what I also absolutely need here is we need to start digging. Even though we kind of sort of landfill this, then we need to start digging again. And that is under here. We need a, what is it called? An excavator. And this is starting one up. So I want to build it exactly like this. Because this will need, there, going up. And that also means that we have some locations next to it, because this will transport or transmit power. Then we'll be able to charge these here. That should be 5 chargers. That's good. And then we'll disrupt that we just built and make sure that we get the power in like that. So that means we get power transmitted into this one. It's all good. And if we want more power in this one, we can sort of link it in, or we can bring this onwards to other places as well. We have managed to build this block, so that's good. Oh no, what are you doing? Oh no. Is that important? It probably is. I'm just gonna pretend this is not here. So there, we're gonna build that in here. Yeah, because we want to use this part for power, or not, sorry, not for storage. We want this large warehouse. Let's see if I can come up with a good design for this. And they definitely need to be 2 apart, maybe even more, but at least 2 apart. That, yeah, they probably need to be 3 apart, but we'll do it this part right now. Here, and go back. Big storage there, and big storage there. That should definitely be all the storage we need. None. 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 There. And then we need to make sure that we can get into the middle part, which is going to be really simple. We just do this and then get a link here and here. And we can just pave the rest of the way here. And we don't need to worry about any any decorations or stuff, because this is only going to be for beavers. Golems, sorry. And then we need to look at this location. What is we missing to make a building block like this? Well, we definitely need some storage for all of this. That's kind of essential. So let's make sure that we have some storage. And that's going to be here, third pile, there and there. And we're also going to need some storage blocks, some terrain things here. They can be next to it so they can easily pick it up. And then the remaining room left is for a hauling post and also a building post, because we're going to need more builders and haulers. And then we just need a few paths here and there. And that should be it, right? Everyone's happy. And when we are then ready with this, then we can also build a district building like that, which is... Oh, really? Was it allowed to be built here? Oh, it's misplaced. Build district. Yeah, not allowed, because it will now connect. But I don't want to build it until we've built all of this. So once all of this is built, then I'm going to be cutting off the connections here, so that there will be a more structured entrance. So at this point, I don't think there's much more to do than just get this built and then lock off this area as a district. And it's just always going to take a bit of time to get this going. So let's get that done and move on with the next challenge. And here we have our little district here. Now it's getting set up, and we have now established this as a city block district. And we have our own population here. How much population do we have in our city block district? We only have 12 currently, but we're going to need a lot more as we progress. And now the next challenge is starting to become evident, aside from just filling out the land and exploding everything else here. Oh, since this is bad. Oops. I might have killed everyone. Yeah. Oops. Oh well. We needed to call the population a bit, because it was getting out of hand. Calling the population of that was just a doubt, and then we forgot to set it up. Anyway, this is all working now. The challenge here is that how are we going to irrigate this area? And I have an idea, and I think it's a good one. And that is, how about making sure that these roads are also aqueducts? So what if we build all of this and replace it with an aqueduct? That means exploding it away, like so. There. We're going to have to remove some of this junk as well, and explode this area in a way, because we actually have this pump here, which is super expensive. It works in mysterious ways. It can work by being placed. Let's see if I can get this one out there, and we place it here. So this will work in this way. Why not? Yeah, it needs to be able to output. So it will pick up from this irrigated channel and then put it into a separate network. That seems reasonable and logical. So we will be exploding that as well here, just to have a little bit of waterways as well. And we also need to make sure that there's some kind of overflow as well to keep it in, keep it under control. That's probably going to be under this one, I guess. Well, they're coming in now and filling this up. So once that's done, we can explode this area and then see how that works. Maybe we should actually go so far as to explode this as well. Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna work, but we can try. Now they'll be exploded from there. Good. Once these are built, then we can explode the whole damn thing and hope that they don't work on top of this. Just one more, and that one. Yeah, there are more coming in here, and we hope that we can... They shouldn't be walking on it. Shouldn't be. Keyword here is shouldn't be. There. Please don't walk on it. There we go. And now we'll try to make this one. Oh yeah, now it likes being here. Okay. I will be taking you out. And instead, I'm going to be making a dam. Oh, first I need to blow this up as well. There we go. That's going to be high priority. Because if I don't have a dam here, then what will happen is that it'll be overflowing and then it'll overflow everything. And I don't want that. So we'll try to get it built like this so that it can flow back out here if it overpumps. And that means this pump will always be working. That means it's going to be expensive. We have power right over here, so that shouldn't be a problem to get it into that location. We'll just do this and... Well, do they really need to walk there? Do they really need to walk? Or maybe I get the power from... Okay. Oh, that's actually a lot of stuff we've already got in there. Maybe I want this to be a little bit further over here. Why? I don't know. I can't remember. Because then I could get the power at that point. No, I don't want that. We'll build it like this. And you're going to be blowing up. And I'm going to make a dam there instead. Dam. And then the rest of this way will be just normal. And all these are going to be blown up. And I'll continue this. Hopefully irrigated channel. Which will get a road. There. And once this is done, we just need to figure out the power. I don't think I need this anymore. We can always build it somewhere else, but we are kind of transitioning out of using normal, good old-fashioned beavers in this location, so we probably don't need it. What if I just get this one out, and then instead we get some power from here up there? Yeah, it might be just easier to do it this way. You're gonna go up. And you will be across and then on up. And then it'll be going down again. And that means this and this are not relevant. And let me see. Shouldn't this be possible? There we go. This one. Here. And then go down. That one. And... Oops. In. So... when all of this is said and done, I think it actually is going to work. And that will put water into this location. It'll be putting out here. And we'll have an irrigated channel all the way out. Now I have to be careful and not sort of let the irrigated channel flow out here so it starts filling all of that up. But I think that's kind of doable. This will be running out of gears. Treated planks are coming in pretty quickly. Gears. Do we have gear problems? Yeah, we somehow have gear problems. Huh. Interesting. This is lumber mills. This is gear. Now work faster then. Huh. Well, that should be enough gears. Maybe it's because we're building stuff in here as well. But you can stop these just for now. Cool. So let's wait for this one to get built and then see if it works. And our little pump is done. And we can see that it is pumping delightfully in here. And we have now the irrigation is coming in and it goes all the way to this area. So you can see that we're irrigating all of this. And as we build this part over here, we can then start. Let's see, are you the first one, the most important one? Well, the next prioritized one, I guess. Once that's done, we can then continue to do probably like this. And also get that exploding over to this location. We just have to make sure that this one gets built first. And it did. Well, it does. There we go. It's coming in. And as that comes in, we can then spread it over here, and then we should see that we get more water into these locations. This is actually some of the main points that we want to solve for this part. We want to solve that we have a separate district that we can build. We want to make sure that we have power everywhere, everywhere we need it at least. We want to make sure that we have water everywhere for irrigation. And then from there on, it is, well, all of this has to be landfilled. All of this has to be leveled out, exploded away. And that's a pretty big task. But first, we just want to get this little aqueduct. I want to see that we spread over and get this one also sorted. And there, they're done. Exploded away. Build the aqueduct. And cover it again with a road. And we can see that it spreads out here. We can do the same thing over here. Get it all the way, and then every time we get out to these locations, we are going to sort of have to make a little dam so that it, because this one will always pump, so we need to make sure that it can flow out here. Ugh, that's hard to see. That one, this block. We want to see. There we go. That it just flowed out a little bit out of the dam because it was overflowing. But that will make sure that we have enough water for all of this to be irrigated, and well. Through the magic of wishing, we are just going to get all of this ready so we can start working on building it. And that was a big wish forward. As you can see, a lot of stuff has happened. Because at this point, it was just more of the same. So many hours later, we now have a pristine location ready for us to make some more builds here. And what we want to do is we want to get every kind of farming here, because this will be supplying everything for our living beavers. So for example, this part is, well, it's maple. Maple for the maple syrup, and pine for the pine resin. And then we want to make chestnuts here eventually. But we have two of these that are just water ponds, and that is because we want to fill that up. So I'm going to start by making it like this. And as at this point, now I, for example, become much more comfortable with this game. Like, this game has been taunting me forever on trying to sort of get me to adapt to the terrain, and that's just not my way. My way is adapting the terrain to me, and that is what we're going to do now. Let's see, what are the two things? We have a spatter dock. I think spatter dock is going to be here. Yeah, that looks nice. And we're going to be making that one. So these are 15 by 15, and that will be making, what is the other one called? That was cattail. Great. So we have a number of things. So I want to make everything that we can and everything we want to make. So that includes like the least useful ones, such as growing a field of dandelions up here. Dandelions need to be planted, so we need a forester. That is this. No, that's a trapper. Forester here. So we get a forester here. This will take care of the foresting for the dandelions, and the other thing that also needs to be planted like that is berries. Then we get into the actual farming territory, and that will be the sunflowers. And at this point, I want to make, even though I might not necessarily need it, I want a farmhouse for each thing. There, and let's make another one there, so it's across from that. This location will be for sunflowers. There we go. Next one will be, I guess, the wheat. The wheat, I'm deliberately putting the wheat in the middle. The reason I'm putting it in the middle is because then all of these can work on the wheat, and that means it's going to go faster. And also, they can store the wheat in these locations as well. So that's going to be a little bit better. So, potatoes, they go here. And what are we missing? Carrots. Well, they go here. And let me just make sure that we have a little farmhouse for that as well. That farmhouse has to be, yeah, let's put it into that location. And carrots. There we go. And then this here will be chestnuts eventually. Yeah. This is troublesome because I actually need to take these out. And, oh no, they are not powered. They kind of need to, don't they? I guess they do. And let me see. Yeah, maybe that was a bit rash for just now. And let's go that one, and you're gonna be in the middle. And then We need to fill this up again. Feels a little bit wasteful. Little bit wasteful to have to fill up these again. But yay, it's the way of the world. We build holes and we fill holes. As they say, if you find yourself in a hole, stop digging. So that will be all of that. The only thing remaining is what are we going to do here? This is how I build a location, but I've moved my district here so that it can reach all the way to the ends. And we need to make a baking unit. Everything we'd want to get for our bakery. So that will be challenging. Let's start. You're definitely not going to be in the corner, so might as well throw you out. You're going to be in the middle, so let's get you sorted in the middle, because that's a good place for you to be. This is not going to be crowded particularly, so we just want to try to see what we can do, what we want to do, what we need to do actually. Let's see, what is a gristmill, a bakery. Let's make the bakeries here. 1, 2, 3 bakeries. These are all sort of... yeah, somehow calculated. We can do 1 for bread, 1 for cocktail crackers, and 1 for maple pastries. And those are the 3 items we need a bakery for, 1 of each. Then in this corner we are going to get the power. The power is going to be coming in from here, I suppose. And that means we need to get power coming from that location. Get it in. Oh, that can be built all the way. Oops, that's definitely not how it's supposed to be. It's going to be that one and that one. So that gets us inbound here. And we actually need to keep going on this somewhat. And let's see. So what is it? What else? The reason why we need this for food is because the grist mill here, that one. 1, 2, they're connected. These are not connected, so they need another connection inbound here. There. And then I need the last of this. Well, that's the grill. There. That's kind of some kind of symmetry, right? And then build some power or some walking lines like that. You can have a little roundabout in the middle here, and you go out there and you go out there. That's glorious. We need to have a new distribution post because we're going to distribute like a silly amount of things, and we also need to make sure that we have a line out here. So that means all of the grist mills as well. Let's see, what are they going to be working on? Wheat flour, yes. Wheat flour, yes. Wheat flour, yes. And the last one on cattail flour. Because this cattail flour, oh, we can't even see how fast it is. But here we're going to be grilled potatoes. We're going to get grilled chestnuts. We don't have those yet. And we got grilled spatterdock. And we got... Why is one of them more than the other? Yeah, I don't think I need that. Cool. Yeah, we might need something else instead. Okay, so we need also storage for all the things that we have now built in this location. So let's make some storage. And that's going to be here. 1, 2. We're kind of going to build it the same as the last one I built. But I have gotten a bit wiser about how to build it so that it looks better. Or works better. And can be infinitely stackable. So leave 3 lines in between. Then it's a lot easier to stack it high. And there is no room for making mistakes here because they are diligently, these little beavers here, bee robots, they are super fast and they just want to build. And let's see, we're going to keep stacking this. We're going to need a lot of storage here. Okay, that's kind of absurd. Okay, let's see. So I need to figure out how to build this. The first thing is the middle one is easy. So we need to get up here somewhere. Let's see. From... I think I want to go up here and up here. Right. So that's good. Now the next one is 1 level up and out here. So that's the next chances. I want this part and I want this part. So we need to make sure that we can get up there. That's pretty obvious, to me at least, that it'll be have to be like that and like that. Great. There. There. And if we want to get even further up, don't know. But we can also just now link it together in the middle, here and here. And, you know, maybe we could do this. And that would be one here. And, it's going to be complicated. Too high, and then we can actually make it. And that will be now there. I think that's going to be working. It looks good. Yep. And that's an awful lot of storage. So that's also something we need to deal with. But all of this is working. And I think that will be what we... Oh, and the district here. Yeah, so this is all we need. And they will just start working on this as it moves forward. I'm going to be leveling this one. And once we have it all working, we can just have a look at it. So everything is built. And everything is just beautiful in our little location here. Our city block build is, I mean, honestly amazing. We have maple for the syrup. We have pine trees for the pine resin. We have chestnuts for the chestnuts. We have our building district here for excavation and I think we have 2 open districts that we can make whatever the industry we want, or storage, or sort of also housing, that kind of thing. Then we have every single thing that can be farmed, and then we build it in here, and we also have it exported. So if we go out of this photo mode, we can see that we are exporting to the town district. We are exporting berries, bread, carrots, cattail biscuits, grilled chestnuts, grilled potatoes, grilled spatterduck, and what is that? That's the maple syrup, and also the healing potions, as well as some sunflower. So everything we now need in the tower district, our original district, where the only place we now have any of our living flesh beavers at, they will be exported from here. So this is all sorted. And I started working on renewing this part and just revitalizing it, but that is a massive amount of work. You can see just doing this terraforming here. And to be perfectly honest, I kind of got stalled out on this. At this point, there are many hours of terraforming before you sort of get that. Even if you have a vision for what it is, it's just a lot of terraforming. And as you can feel as well, we are running here the game at double speed, and it is stuttering. I don't think it's fair for me to blame the game for it. If we look at this, I have 450 golems, 461 golems, and over 100 adult beavers. So, you know, that's 575, it looks like. 575 entities to keep track of that are always sort of figuring out if they're in range of something and where they're going and what they're doing and their state. That's a lot of entities. Now, I have also kind of gone a bit crazy with my build here. You can see there are quite a few idle golems that are not doing anything because I simply don't have anything to use them for. And you can also see that we have managed to level this area off completely and now have a big lush maple farm available for this. So, you know, a lot of things has happened. I really love this game, and this is going to be sort of the finale of it. Our tower district served the purpose in the beginning, expanding out here to our lake district, or the canal district, with the canal which got us the power for a long time. We expanded out here to the water district, and over here to our mining district, which has also been expanded quite a bit as well, with lots more built for explosives and a few dedicated farms as well. Then we have our golem district up here, where we are just building massive amounts of golems and thereby killing the performance. And then of course the finale, the masterpiece, here we have, oh, the one stranded, who cares, there is the city block district. And if I look forward to sort of the next time I'm going to play this game, because there will be a next time, I'm hoping that maybe they add a third race, and then I will be definitely trying again. And I can guarantee you that this city block design, it's freaking amazing. The fact that you have power everywhere, you have water everywhere, you have really organized, I mean, it is so nice. And I don't think I can not build it like this again, because it looks great, it's easy to overview, it's a hell of a lot sort of, yeah, easier to work with than sort of having a random little farm here and there. But it also requires quite a lot of infrastructure before we can get that. So with that, we are going to say goodbye to Timberborn for now. And oh yeah, if I speed it up to speed 3, it's actually going slower because it struggles so much. This has been an absolutely amazing journey, and I'm really happy that so many people in the community have been pushing and prodding me to play Timberborn for a year, and then I finally did it, and it was awesome. So that's kind of one of the things that I'm going to be doing more. If you guys are pestering me to play a game, then that's probably because you know what kind of games I like, and I will at least give them a shot. And that's what you can see as my sort of let's tries on Twitch and first look videos here on YouTube. And if it's something we like and enjoy, then there will be a little mini series such as this one with showcases, tutorials, and whatever else we find to be interesting. Thank you very much everyone for following. I know this is not exactly a factory game, but it's so cool to see that so many of you have been enjoying this both on live streams and also here on YouTube. So thank you very much. And of course, leave the comments below if you want to see more and what you want to see me take a stab at of upcoming games. So I'm really looking forward to the next big thing, that will just sort of captivate us like Timberborn has honestly done. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time, take care, and as always, stay effective.